Day has finally come. I have put many years of procrastination behind me.
Tim River, and it's snowing May 17th. You good?
Join me and my son-in-law Jordan as we adventure into the interior of Ontario's infamous Algonquin Provincial Park.
Made it past the brutal headwind on Tim Lake. Still snowing and the sun shining. Cocoa Beach. Some nice big chunks of chaga on this yellow birch. How was that?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It carries a lot better than Frank.
A lot better than Frank the Tank.
No doubt.
There's a nice big old birch burl.
After a few short portages, we made it to the Nipissing River. I waited long enough, time to get a line wet. A little piece of dewworm does the trick. It's not a big one, but we're on the board. Gotta keep moving so we can get to our campsite, hopefully by supper time. We had to battle through the narrow alders, a few obstacles, and plenty of leftovers. And just when you think you're making good time, the river winds and takes you back and forth. Oh, there's a nice fishing hole. Gotta make a cast here. Fish on. That's a nice brookie. Let's try that again. Fish on. 2 for 2. Perfect for the fry pan. And then after a little rest, Jordan finally hooks up.
Jordan's got a nice one on here. Beautiful trout, buddy.
Let's go.
There you go. Grab him. Personal best for George. That's a nice one.
All that slugging.
Yep.
Oh, buddy.
Been taunting you for the last hour over in that corner. Yep.
Oh, makes it all worth it.
Hold him up a bit. Nice. Awesome. Right. There's what's left of 6 trout we kept today. The haze around the sun, that's cool. Well, we just watched a moose walk across. We were setting up the tent. And George drops the tent, he says, a moose! And it was walking across the river out there.
After a good night's sleep, breakfast, and coffee, we made our way up Loon Creek, stopped at the campsite, and caught a few more trout. How'd you like the Tour Creek?
A little muddy. A little small.
A little narrow?
A little narrow.
That was a chore getting through. Now we get to whatever that says.
Portage Everest.
1,300 and some odd meters. We spent the better part of the day portaging our gear over to floating Heart Lake and eventually into Roseberry, but not before our next encounter with a few more moose. How many times he looked at us and went right back to eating?
Still checking us out. He'll stay.
I don't want him to feel threatened that we're gonna make him run.
I'd rather watch him.
He'll go right back to eating. He'll watch him from his campsite.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. The only problem is my only pair of pants is getting soaked. That's good. Coming over for supper.
see that. Oh, we just finished off our second trout dinner in the pouring rain, and it's nasty. It's time to hit the hay. It's gonna be cold again.
The rain was inevitable. We processed some firewood to keep the campfire going for what seems to be a typical May long weekend.
Happy May 2-4. Blustering winds, pouring rain.
Hey, struggle's real.
Really keep a fire going in the rain. A lot of maples in this area. And if you look through, you'll find a dead maple. There's some nice dry split hardwood. Get a good fire going. Even though it's wet, we don't have any birch bark. George's out looking for birch bark, but we're still able to get it going with twigs. And there's some good coals in there. There we go. We're cooking.
How much water should I boil?
Tip it this way. Let the water slosh this way. And back your way. That's how you clean out your canoe. Yep. Beautiful.
A short break in the weather got us out in the canoe to try some fishing.
Three perch out of Williams. He's a little balmy out here. On your jacket?
Yeah, and Amber went on my jacket, but my jacket's so saturated it didn't do anything. Steady.
Thought maybe it would stop at some point. We could just keep fishing. But we fished anyways. Rain stopped for what it stopped for, like half an hour. And it's starting to cool down. Oh, she's rolling. Gotta give that a stir. Oh, she's not sticky. Looks like a good consistency.
Yeah.
There's our chili, and there's our bacon cheddar bannock. Let's check out the
Picture
bannock.
with your bannock.
Look at that. Bacon cheddar bannock.
Put that on the cracker.
Put that on a cracker, dude. And we got some chili with some pork bits. Oh, yummy. Let's eat.
Let's do it.
Rain has stopped for now.
Morning.
Mr. Tim?
Yeah.
Right on. Couple wet nights, eh?
It sure was.
Oh no. Rager. Might be cold in the middle of it. No, good. Alright. Want more of that yet? No, you eat it, yeah? I love the toast on it. It's like...
Look at that big old moose rub on this tree. It's like almost 7 feet high. Left or right? All clouded over again, eh? It's time to make our way back. The paddle out going up the Tim River is very scenic. Paddler's paradise right here. I feel like we're in a nature film.
Yeah, this is when you're actually in the film. Live in the film.
The paddler's paradise. You get to see all the birds and the bees. Soak it all in. Because in 2 more days, you'll hear nothing but grinding and hammering, engines roaring. I think it's this day and age, it's good to take advantage of any days off that you can get. Well, we are on our last leg of our trip. We started at the Tim River access, went up to Big Bob into the Nipissing River, and we made it down the Nipissing River and fished a few fishing holes that produced some decent trout. We were pretty happy getting some fish. We ended up at Grass Lake campsite where we saw, I think it was 5 moose. The Nipissing River en route to Grass Lake was challenging to say the least. It was worth it for the fish that we got into, so chose our battle and we took it well. It snowed the first day, thinking it went down to -5 the first night. It was quite chilly. And then from there we made it down the Loon Tail Creek, picked up a few more trout there, down the Latour Creek, and then did the 2 portages down to Roseberry. When we crossed Floating Heart Lake en route to Roseberry, there was 2 moose there that we
watched hit the portage trail. We get to the end of that portage trail and Jordan's seen the one moose standing right at the end of the trail, right on the trail. And then so the other moose that was with that was a bigger bull moose that we could tell because it was black. And then we got out to Roseberry and sure enough, there he is standing out in the water. And he waded out to this little grass island and we were able to paddle right up to it. And it was like, I'm guessing 20 yards we got to him. That was pretty cool. Around that time was when the rain started and we had to hunker down for a while on Roseberry because we had about 36 hours of rain. Everything was soaking wet, so we just actually jumped back in the canoe and tried fishing Tim River, and Jordan caught perch of all fish species that I was surprised on a Williams wobbler, and a couple nice ones really. So there's decent perch in here anyway. Came out to Tim to the portage at the falls and fished there and caught a few more trout. And here we are, ready to pack up and head home. Thanks for watching the video and we'll catch you on the next one.